2, 1. So we had a luxury event at one of our listings, and the CEO, Ryan, brought COUP Champagne to introduce to us and all of our clients, and it was a match made in heaven. We really identify with the brand. They'd like to say they are a maverick in the industry, which we believe we are as well. All right, so we're sitting here, we're excited. This is an introduction to Ryan to COUP Champagne. We're gonna have a little open discussion, dialogue. Tell us a little bit about how did you come up with it? Like, what's the inspiration?
Oh, great. Well, Michael, first, thank you for having me, Ruby. First, let me tell you a little bit about the origins of the brand, maybe even connected to my childhood. So I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area, and there's so much tech inspiration, right? And the whole ethos of that area is about disrupting. How do we take and look at industries in a different way? And so when I grew up, after I got through college and sort of like working up in the world, I loved champagne. It was a fantastic drink that I found had such a rich heritage in the origins, both the craftsmanship of it, as well as how it was really used in royalty and so many different stories in sort of like the European cultures. I found everything in champagne was the same. And so I started this quest and I said, well, can we reimagine champagne? Can we do something that's different? Can we refuse doing like the ordinary type of champagne that you have out there? And that was the spark of COUP. And the idea of COUP is really to refuse ordinary. We like to stand for the bold, the different, the unique, the people who actually dare to step in a different direction. And I think that's what makes us mavericks.
Okay, and that's celebrating, and you're talking about experiential, because there's a lot of delicious wine, right? But it's sort of like how you package it, how you present it, and the experience that it becomes.
Of course, yeah, I want to tell you about that. So it turns out, as I learned a lot of the lore in the champagne world, Napoleon has a fantastic part in champagne history. So as the legend goes, he was the first one to ride along the Champs-Élysées in the French Revolution. He would, in victory and even in defeat, he would take out a bottle of champagne, saber it open using the back of his saber. And it's this spectacular like moment of showmanship, which is like really fun. And it turns out it's very dangerous too. You can break the bottle can shatter. If you Google saber champagne fails, you'll find all these really interesting videos about bottles not working. Yeah.
I think there was one in that Emily in
Paris, that's right.
Je suis le champagne.
Y así hace pop mi tapa.
And so what I want to do in true COUP spirit is to do something very different. And so what we did first is we made it safe. So this is the bottle right here. This is our signature saber bottle. We engineered the top. And so for the first time ever, this is a different closure than what you find on a traditional bottle of champagne. And the only way to open up our saber bottles is by smashing it open with a saber. And so we like to say that we're bringing the experience of the champagne opening in addition to, of course, the pleasure of drinking it afterwards.
all your force.
All your force. In 3, 2, 1.
I have a question, sorry. Why you name it COUP?
Oh, okay, that's a great question. So COUP actually has this multifaceted meaning in French. In one way, a coup is a cut. And so it takes a little bit of that, champagne with an edge, so there's a little bit of that. And COUP also is this meaning of a revolution or of some unexpected win. So when you are the underdog and you actually pull out a victory, you can consider that a coup. And so I feel like we want to celebrate those individuals who are the underdogs, the ones who you don't expect, and for one reason or another, they end up on top.
This presentation, if we can pop that and just kind of talk a little bit about, this is a gift set, correct?
Correct, yeah, this is designed to be a gift set. This happens to be our Supreme case. And surprise and delight is really what we live for. It's really what we almost engineer in some ways. And so when someone receives this as a gift, first they see the case closed, they're like, is there some contraband inside? Are there drugs or guns or some sort of weapon inside? Or did James Bond all of a sudden show up to my door, right? Something like that. And then when you open it up, you're like, oh, geez, there's a champagne bottle. Typically, we do a lot of custom engraving. So as we work with DG and we do a lot of really custom graphics for it. So then they see a customized bottle for them, blows their mind. And then they realize the only way to open this bottle is by savoring it, blows their mind again, right? So it's this like multi-layer experience. And of course, since most people have never savored a bottle.
All right, so you work with some big name corporate clients too, right?
Yeah, so we did a special, we're doing actually a special maybe collaboration with the Lamborghini where when you buy a Lamborghini in Newport Beach, they give one of our sets, our Supreme Metal case that we call it, as a gift. And actually it's a special one because
Different case?
it's the case with the metal flutes.
Okay.
And then they also ordered their bottle because they buy in a good quantity. They order their bottle in a very signature color that matches their cars. Yeah, so you get the Verde Scandal Green or you get the sort of signature orange from McLaren.
Okay, so we got to figure out when someone buys a $50 or $100 million home. I mean, we already plan on giving this as a gift, but like, you know, we got to go.
Right.
There's got to be like special edition.
Oh yeah, well then you should fill up their entire wine wall with COUP. I think is the idea.
通过跟 Ryan 的交流，我觉得他是一个非常多元化文化背景的人。从他一个人身上，包括他的创业经历，包括他的生长环境和教育背景，我觉得都是能够让我学到东西的，非常的印象深刻。So, cheers to our new partnership.
Cheers.
You don't have drink.